Oh, it's a hell of a deal. It is the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar Radio broadcast, iHeartRadio, AM, FM, 247.com, TuneIn, iTunes, and Radio Loyalty. Get a hold of us online, jiggyjaguar.us. You can stream the show live, 24/7 replay, exclusive news, programming information, all available on our fantastic app. And let's talk a little bit about, in this segment, this is going to be one of our indie wrestling things. Let's talk about a situation. I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble here. Situation that took place several weeks ago. In fact, it took place 2 weeks ago. It was between myself, Kenneth Zombie Jones, Derek Ellis, the Natester brother, and that was it. Okay, there's going to be a lot of moving parts here. There's going to be a lot of moving parts. Okay, here's the deal. KWR, which is going to be this new wrestling company that's coming up. KWR is going to be in Salina, Kansas, and XWE is in Salina, Kansas. That's their home base. KWR used to be, the guys that run KWR used to own XWE, and then they sold it, got out of the wrestling business, came back, did some stuff with Pena Championship Wrestling, PCW. And then they left PCW, tried to go back to XWE. XWE told them they weren't interested in their services, and so they decided to create KWR. I feel like I'm in a beautiful mind. I'm on the chalkboard. What in the world? So, KWR, they decided that they were going to launch. They were going to do a press release. And so they had contacted a series of talent, and one of the people on the list was Kenny Zombie Jones. And so Kenny got put on the flyer. Or not on a flyer. He got put in the press release. There's no flyer yet. Press release. And so he's in the press release. Well, then right before they're supposed to release the press release, he tells them, I'm not coming. I'm staying with XWA. I'm not coming. For some reason, he's not coming. So they've put this press release out with his name on it. So they have essentially done false advertising. And so Kenny has kind of given them, looks like a black eye at the very beginning, because then Kenny tells various people, and people find out, oh, he's not going to be on this show. He's still in XWE. He's still doing the stuff. So he's still with XWE. He's not going to be in KWR. So then I find out through various sources, through various people, that KWR is going to get their ring from Dan Adams, who is the guy in Hoisington who runs Bad Boys of Professional Wrestling along with Ed Beckley. They then, it's like a beautiful mind, man. You got to write all the shit down. So then they go and they are going to provide a ring to Derek Ellis and the Natester brother. I think I have a contract with the Natester to every single time I say Natester, I have to go brother or dude or do this or this. Can I do this? This or this gimmick? This thing. It's better doing it this way because the camera can pick it up. This way. Hogan did that once. He stuck his finger in his ear and he's like, oh. It doesn't really work with headphones. So, so I'm probably entertaining just myself with that. No one else. So then I get to the show. And Kenny comes up to me. And he said, I found out Dan is going to get them the ring. And I am going to try to talk Dan out of this. So then I decide, well, you know, I'm buddies with Natester, brother, and Derek Ellis, so I'm like, well, I'll let them know. Well, this will give them plenty of time to possibly find another ring, whatever they need to do, whatever. So they go ahead and they freak out, because, of course, They've already booked a building. They've already booked a show. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's less than a month away. Oh, my God. So they go ahead and they reach out to all sorts of different people. Well, then one of the people they reach out to is Zombie. And they said, hey, what are you frickin' doing? And I'm sure they didn't say frickin'. So then Zombie turns around and goes, well, I don't know what they're talking about. Jiggy's a liar, because, of course, I always am the bad guy and get thrown under the bus. Kenny has thrown me under the bus so many times. I have been run over by a bus many times by Kenny. But in all fairness, Kenny has stood up for me on several occasions. So we're kind of 50-50, I guess. So, you know, I've been shot in the back of the head, but at least, you know, he shot me in the front of the head, too. So, you know, I didn't see the bullet coming, but in a roundabout way, I did see the bullet coming, so it all balances itself out. So, I've known Zombie for years. The guy slept on my couch several times. I know Zombie. It's not a big deal. So, Kenny dimes me out to Derek. Oh, he's a liar, blah, blah, blah. So then Derek, on the way back from Hoisington, he starts in with this, oh my God, how did you, I can't believe you lied to us. You've caused all sorts of stress. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I kept telling him, I said, okay. So if you had this information and I don't tell you, and then let's say he did get your ring yanked from you, and the day of the show, Dan calls you 5 minutes before the show and goes, or the day before or whatever. He's not going to call you 5 minutes for the show, obviously. If you've got 5 minutes before a wrestling show and you don't have a ring set up, Jiggy is not the problem. So he, you know, calls you and says, I'm not coming. And then later on you find out, I knew, but I didn't tell you. I'm still in trouble. So we get back and forth. So I finally cinched this up with Derek, and I said, here's the deal. If I hear something, I just won't say anything. And he's like, good, or something to that effect. So we part ways. Well, then, 9/8, earlier today, I get a message from Billy telling me I'm no longer part of XWE. So I'm like, okay, well, the cuffs are off. So I make some comment about Kenny trying to get the ring pulled and everything. And he goes, I told Kenny not to do that. Well, right there, we've admitted that Kenny was going to do that. So then... So then a little bit later on, I'm talking to Kenny, and he goes, I can't believe you tried to get me in trouble with Derek over the ring thing. I'm really mad that you went to him and told him that I told you in confidence. So I've already sent these screen grabs. See, it works both ways, fellas. You can get me in trouble, but I can get you in trouble. That's how this works. So I send these messages to Derek, and he gets back with me, and he goes, well, I don't have time to go through all this stuff right now with you. I got other things I'm doing. I said, I don't care if you have time to do anything. I said, I'm just letting you know. I'm trying to clear my name. Have yourself an excellent weekend. Now, what I was going to try to do, and I'm going to go back to the thing with Derek and I'm a liar and Kenny and the ring and all the stuff. Let me get this straight. The guy who was going to be in your company and was on a press release, and then once the release is out, says, no, I'm not going to be there, and essentially screws you on false advertising. That same guy then turns around and tells you, oh, Jiggy's a liar, don't believe him, and you turn around and go, well, I guess Jiggy's a liar. Here's the deal. Everybody's taking this stuff way too seriously. You're taking it way too seriously, folks. It is professional wrestling. The one thing, and I told this to Billy today, and I told this to everybody that I talked to on this, the thing that binds us all together is we are all professional wrestling fans. Even Adam Pena and his hatred for me, wherever the hell that came from. We're all wrestling fans. So, bottom line is that at some stage of the game, I envision a day where Derek and his guys from KWR can work for Dan and Hoisington. And then the next weekend, Dan's guys in Hoisington can work for Pena and them in Newton, who then can go work for Billy and them in Salina, who then can go work for them at the end of the month with KWR. Somebody's running, Lance is running a show. I've got visions of everybody working with everybody at some point, and everybody putting their BS feuds aside, and everybody making money. Because that's what it comes down to, making money. Because I got news for you, we're all wrestling fans, but at the end of the day, you gotta put gas in the car, brother. I didn't say Nadester, so I can't say brother. But I did say Nadester, so I can say brother. And I've said Nadester twice, 3 times. And I'm going to say brother 3 times. Okay. So that's going to get me in trouble with somebody. Probably Zombie. So I guess we'll take a break. When we come back, we've got more on the other side. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. Keep it locked, keep it loaded. Hey, what a doodly!